everybody, it's Chris at Oak Street Garden Shop in Crestline Village. Thanks for popping in. I wanted to let you know, if you didn't already, this is a very important week. It's Pollinator Gardening Week. I think it's that every week, but you need to know about these things. So here I am. I've got some plants here that are wonderful for pollinators. Pollinators are really important for our gardens. The butterflies, bees, hummingbirds, even bats at night are pollinators of night blooming plants. There's one that I just got in today that I'm really excited about right here. This is Porterweed. And honestly, to be perfectly honest, it doesn't look real flashy. But I'm telling you what, the hummingbirds adore this plant. It's going to come up in your garden, probably this tall. It's going to have these almost insignificant kind of peachy blooms on it, but it is one of the best. And if you have an opening in your garden this summer for something wonderful, stop in and buy some porterweed. The other plant that I love is this right here. You see this beautiful, weird looking little plant? That's a basil. It's called African blue basil. And this is just some pots that I planted, in this little square pot. I use it in my garden in the ground. I use it in pots. The bees love this plant. So you're gonna have hummingbirds, and not only hummingbirds on the porterweed, but sulfur butterflies, little yellow ones. You're going to have bees on this African blue basil. And right here, there's a Pentas. This has the red flower to attract the hummingbirds. The butterflies love this flat landing pad, and the bees love it too. So you're going to have all sorts of good stuff going on in your garden if you have any one of these. Another great one is this Kofia. This is called bat face. You see the bloom there? You wouldn't think that anything would really go for that, but again, hummingbirds adore this plant. I promise you, I plant this every year out front in our old sign planter. I have it all along the edge, and we see hummingbirds every day. Salvias, you gotta have some salvias if you're doing a pollinator garden. This is a big, beautiful pineapple sage. This one smells like pineapple, and it has gorgeous red blooms in the late summer. Plant this, keep it watered, keep it growing through the summer, and it will reward you later in the season. There are other salvias. This is a new one called Hummingbird Salvia. You see how short and squatty it is? I've used it in hanging baskets, and the hummers it's like having a hanging basket live hummingbird feeder. They're great. And this one's new. We're just discovering this year. So this is called Hummingbird Falls Salvia. I've already shown you, I think in one of the planters, this Kofia. Kofia is a big genus for hummingbirds. You see the tubular flower? They love that. So we've covered salvias. This is Mexican sage. This is a lavender flower late in the season. If you combine that with some of these other plants, you would have a beautiful, beautiful pollinator garden. Let me show you the bird bath too. You want to have water for pollinators, but you don't want the bird baths to be too deep. Here I've added some gravel so that the birds it's not too deep, too much water for them. I would add even more in a shallow saucer for bees. Bees, again, also, everybody needs water. We all need water. It's hot as blazes. So remember that when you're doing your pollinator garden as well. You want the flowers. You also want plants that the caterpillars will eat, like fennel and parsley. And you want water and you want cover. So I think I've got you started on a pollinator garden, right? I hope so. Please come see us. We're open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Saturday.